Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It is September 18th, 2024. We are in the Old Testament book of Ezekiel, and we're going to read chapter 8 today. All right. So we're getting a new vision. Ezekiel's getting a vision, and that's something to keep in mind. It is a vision, so it's not like he's seeing real things. He's not actually going to these places. It's a vision. He's getting shown symbols and little hints of things to show him the bigger picture of things. I think that kind of makes sense, but what am I getting at? Well, he isn't really taken to a room where he sees 75 priests with symbols on the wall and they're worshiping the symbols. He didn't really see that, but what that vision is telling him is there's about 75 priests in the temple who are divided. They go and they do their job for God, but their heart is really set on false idols. There aren't really a room of women that are worshiping another god and mourning another god, but there are a group of women that are worshiping another god, just not necessarily in that temple room. There aren't 35 priests that go out and face east in the courtyard and worship the sun, but again, they're doing their duty to Yahweh, but their heart is really set on an idol. That's what we're being shown. And that's that bigger picture of why is God's judgment coming on them, because the priests and the Levites who are supposed to be leading the people, they're divided in their attention. They're chasing after idols. So, of course, the people are chasing after idols. Their leaders are. That's what we want to see, and that's the judgment that God is calling them out on. That I've seen what you do in secret, and now it's going to come out publicly. And again, it's not that I've seen you actually do this, but I see what's in your heart, that your heart is divided. So let's go ahead and we're going to read Ezekiel chapter 8. And it came to pass in the 6th year, in the 6th month, on the 5th day of the month, as I sat in my house with the elders of Judah, sitting before me, that the hand of the Lord God fell upon me there. Then I looked, and there was a likeness like the appearance of fire, from the appearance of his waist and downward, fire, and from his waist and upward like the appearance of brightness, like the color of amber. He stretched out the form of a hand and took me by the lock of my hair. And the Spirit lifted me up between earth and heaven and brought me in visions of God to Jerusalem, to the door of the north gate of the inner court, where the seat of the image of jealousy was, which provokes to jealousy. And behold, the glory of God of Israel was there, like the vision that I saw on the plain. Then he said to me, Son of man, lift your eye now toward the north. So I lifted my eyes toward the north, and there, north of the altar gate, was this image of jealousy in the entrance. Furthermore, he said to me, Son of man, do you see what they are doing, the great abominations that the house of Israel commits here, to make me go far away from my sanctuary? Now turn again, you will see greater abominations. So he brought me to the door of the court. And when I looked, there was a hole in the wall. And then he said to me, Son of man, dig into the wall. And when I dug into the wall, there was a door. Then he said to me, Go in and see the wicked abominations which they are doing there. So I went in, and I saw, and there every sort of creeping thing, abominable beasts, and all the idols of the house of Israel portrayed all around on the walls. And there stood before them 70 men of the elders of the house of Israel. And in their midst stood Jezaniah, the son of Shaphan. Each man had a censer in his hand, and a thick cloud of incense went up. Then he said to me, Son of man, have you seen what the elders of the house of Israel do in the dark, every man in the room of his idols? For they say, The Lord does not see us. The Lord has forsaken the land. And he said to me, Turn again, and you shall see greater abominations that they are doing. So he brought me to the door of the north gate of the Lord's house, and to my dismay, women were sitting there weeping for Tamar. Then he said to me, Have you seen this, O son of man? Turn again, and you will see greater abominations than these. So he brought me into the inner court of the Lord's house, and there at the door of the temple of the Lord, between the porch and the altar, were about 25 men with their backs toward the temple of the Lord, and their faces toward the east. And they were worshiping the sun toward the east. And he said to me, Have you seen this, O son of man? Is it a trivial thing to the house of Judah to commit the abominations which they commit here? For they have filled up land with violence. Then they have returned to provoke me to anger. Indeed, they put the branch to their nose. Therefore I also will act in fury. My eye will not spare, nor will I have pity. And though they cry in my ears with a loud voice, I will not hear them. May God bless the reading of his word. May God bless you. Bye.